In this video, I'm gonna show you how to recreate this amazing section. This is the tesla.com website and it looks very clean, very well designed. So what if I can tell you that you can recreate this yourself in Framer. I want to show you something interesting about this part. So when the user gets into this page and I'm on this page, you can see my cursor and I scroll down, you can see in a second we've changed from one model to another, or we've changed from a different car to another. So before we were in this white car, and now when I scroll down I get to this red car. Super interesting, right? So in this video I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process on how to create this in Framer without writing any line of code, and you can do this, I'm guessing, under around 15 or 10 minutes, around there. So stick around and I'll show you how to do exactly this. If you wish to follow along, I have the remix file in the description. You can click it and you can enjoy the process. So without further ado, let's get this started. My name is Joe and this is Framer Dive. Let's get started. What you see here, this is my Framer workspace and I have a desktop here. So this is my desktop, the one highlighted in blue, which has a width of 1200, and inside my desktop I only have one single element, which is my navigation, and the navigation is the one that I had already created. So you can find it again in the remix below. So inside this I also have a bunch of stacks here, which is going to really help me get to the sweetest part as quickly as possible. So the first step we're gonna do, if we look at the page we want to build, we see that we have an image here of a car. So we're gonna draw a frame which is going to host or hold our image. So in this frame, it's inside this desktop. So I'm gonna call this the hero. I'm gonna call this the hero, and this hero I'm gonna make sure it has a width of fill. So when you come here to the sizing property, you can see here this is already fixed, which is usually the default sizing of a frame. So you change it to fill right there, and then I want you to place the height to viewport, which will take the 100% of the viewport. Basically, a viewport is this area that you see, this white part here, that is our viewport. So inside the viewport I want to now put in the image. So I'll come here to styles and click here fill. Instead of filling it with white color, I'll put in an image. So come and click choose an image from my computer, and I'll just go here to a specific image that I need, which is this white image. I'm gonna drag it inside. So now I have my image, and now what I'm gonna do, the hero that I had created, I need to add a layout to it. Basically, a layout is changing from a frame to a stack. So come here to layouts. As you can see, if you want to learn more about layout, you can click this video here, or you can just watch the video that I had created before in the description, or it's gonna be linked somewhere up there. So but now we're gonna click here to add a layout. So now we've changed this frame into a layout, and now the easy part is just we're just gonna come here and copy this top text, which is our top text is our text, and we're gonna just come here and copy, Control C, and just paste it inside the hero, Control V, and as you can see it comes in the middle of our website, which is this. And then I'm gonna do the same here for the button stack. So this is just a stack which is called a button stack, and inside it I have a stack which holds these two buttons, and then I also have a glowing text which has a hero favicon, which is this hero favicon here, and has this text here. So again, this is very simple. You can find it, you can check if you really don't know how to create this. I'm sure you can find a video somewhere on YouTube that is going to help you do that. So, but for now, let's just Control C, copy this part and copy it inside our hero section. Now, as you can see, we have our hero section with these two stacks. But now we want to have something, we want to add another layer on top of these two. So I'm gonna hold my button stack. I'm gonna also hold Shift and click on the stop text. I'm gonna hold Control Alt Enter, or I'm gonna right click on my mouse and create add a stack. Now we've added a stack on top of the stop text and on top of this button stack, and then we're gonna call this our hero text container. Then now we want to change the direction from left to right to top to bottom. So come here to under layout properties section, you change the direction from top to bottom like that. Now, as we can see, we have a nice, arrangement. And then you also notice that this model 3 is at the center. You want it to, align to the left side of the stack. Okay, now as you can see, it's well aligned. And then again, we're gonna click this hero text container and make sure that our width, which is the one that runs from here to here, is set to fit the content. So come here to the sizing and click the width to fit the content. Nice. So now as you can see, we have a good structure. But now notice that this is usually on this left side. It's not normally at the center. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the hero text again, and we're gonna add a padding on this right side. I'm gonna click here, padding on the right side, and I'm gonna just guess any number. Maybe I can use 100 for test. No, 100 is too small, but now I can just use my mouse to drag it out like this, and somewhere like 624 is good. Yeah, I think this is good. And maybe if I also want to drag it down a bit, I can come here to the top and maybe add a padding of like 20. So now, as you can see, this has just gone to the bottom. That's just simply that. Now, when we view our website, we can see we have a very simple page. So now let's come to the exciting part where we can, as you can see, this website, where we can, when we go to this website and when we scroll, just by scrolling, we change from one point to another. Also notice this part here below the button. There's an indicator that tells us we can scroll down, and there's this switch to performance, which has this nice loop effect from white to, from like low opacity to high opacity. Now this is what we want to build. And also we want to also create the one where we scroll down and it changes to a different state. So to do that, we need to make sure now we come to our desktop, and let's make sure that okay, before we come to our desktop, I want you to create a frame. I want you to hold F on your keyboard again, and you're gonna create a frame like anywhere here. Okay, so now this frame is going to be just below the hero section, and I'm gonna make sure that the frame is set to fill the space, and we're gonna give it a height of 10. So why do we have this frame? And let me just put a color here so you can see it. So we have this frame so that we can simulate a scroll section, because what happens in the effect that we're gonna use is we're gonna use an effect that once we scroll, we can see the image changing from the white car to the red car. But now, because we also want this to have a viewport height, we need to have like a dummy layer here that we're gonna really know that we have, like when we scroll, we can cover just this small distance. So okay, this might be a bit confusing, but let me show you what I mean. So now I want to go to my desktop, and I'm gonna change the height to fit the content. Now inside here I have my hero, which is set to viewport and the frame. So now if I view my website, you can see I can scroll just little, but you can see there's a red line here. But now we want to scroll so that we cannot really see this red line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the hero and we're gonna change it to a fixed sticky. We're gonna change the positioning type to sticky. So this hero section is going to always stick to our screen. And then we're gonna make sure that the desktop has overflow set to visible. And then now I'm sure it will work now like really well. Let's see. So now what we have here is we can still see the red line, is because I'm sure the height of this has decreased. Let's check it out. So if we go to the hero, we can see that the height is set to 99 VH, but we want it to be 100% VH. So now when I view my website, we cannot see the red line, but we can scroll, but we cannot see the red line. As you can see here, we can scroll. So that's the tricky part. So now once you get to that part, now let's just go to now creating the components and with a different variant. So click the hero section and hold Ctrl-Alt-K on your keyboard to create a component. So I'm gonna create it. And then now I'm gonna go directly and create another variant here. And then now I am going to add a different image here, which is just gonna grab a different image. So which is this one. Nice. So we have two variants. We have this and this. And then now the other part is we just need to change the text here. So we can see I had created a bunch of text, but basically we can just change these to us. What's the name of it? Let me see. We can change it to performance, and we just need to change it to performance. And then we can just change this icon here from looking like down to, we can actually rotate it, or we can just change it to chevron up. Should come here to chevron up. I like that. So now what we have now two variants that we can just switch between one and another using an effect. So now let's go back to our home page and insert our effect. So when we come to the hero, we want to go to the effect here, and I'm gonna create a scroll variant, and then it's going to be on scroll, because you remember we want to trigger this effect when we are scrolling down. And then we're gonna set it to variant 2 like that. So anytime we scroll down, we expect this to change the variant to the variant 2. So now as you can see, if I scroll down, nice, it happens very smoothly and very nicely. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. We're gonna proceed and now try and create this glowing effect here so that it can create this nice appearance on our website. So let's come here and click this hero section. I'm gonna double click it and go directly to it. I'm gonna zoom inside and I'm gonna go directly to the main culprit. So notice we have a text here, we have a hero, and then we have the glowing text, which is our stack. So I want you to come here to effects, and I want you to click the plus icon and come here to loop, and I want you to set the opacity to 0.1. So what this means is that we wanted it to loop from this one state, which is this one, from this like 1 where we can see the words clearly, to having an opacity of 1. So basically it's going to change from 1 to 0.1. And then we wanted to have a mirror type. The mirror, basically it's going to move from one position and then use the same route to go to back to it. So basically a mirror is going to, use the same route back and forth. So imagine you're moving from point A to point B. So you're running from point A to point B, but now to go back to point A, you go again through B to A. So A to B, B to A. Okay, that's what it means to have a mirror. So again, make sure this rotation is set to 0 because we don't want anything to rotate. And then the transition, we want it to transition using a 1.5 seconds or 1.6. We want it to be a little bit slow so we can see the nice glow effect. Okay, so when I get back again, as you can see, now when I view my website, it should have this nice glow effect. So as you can see, we have this nice glow effect that comes in and it's like a light bulb, which is pretty interesting. And then when I scroll again, we can see also this one has the same effect pretty much. So again, that's it. Congratulations on building this website with me, and thank you for watching. Again, if you want to follow along and dig in deep about this, check it out. You can find the remix file in the description. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.